Welcome to Section 2, Database Table Editing. Now first, we will go ahead and do our installs and our imports, which I've already done. But secondly, we're going to create a sub-process here that will generate our historical database for us. Now if you're interested in understanding more about how this works, you can take a look at the createdatabase.py file in our File Explorer. But basically all this is doing is running all the code that we did to generate our historical database in section 1. So in other words, we're creating a fresh historical database with our two tables, quote and trade. So once we run this, we can see that all those partitions were made just like they were made in section 1. We'll define our database as that database path, and just to make sure our tables are within our database, db.tables, and we have our quote and our trade table as expected. Alright, so let's begin section 2, table editing. And one of the important parts about working with databases and tables is the ability to manipulate them and change them in ways that will give us an advantage when we're analyzing the data within them. So the first thing we'll do is check the data types in each of these tables. Using table.dtypes, we can see all of the columns and the data types of those columns here. And how might we rename a column in one of these tables? Do that, db.rename column, table name, the column name that we want to change, and the new column name. So in here, we want to change the symbol column to be called ticker. Once we run it, we can see that in each partition, in both the trade and the quote table, the symbol column was renamed to ticker. And to double check, we could list our D types, and here we are. Sim has been changed to ticker in the quote table as well as the trade table. Alright, so that's how you rename columns, and we can go ahead and switch ticker back to sim. And now the table will have been as before we made that change. Alright, next let's understand how we can copy columns in our tables and also apply functions to columns in our tables. Now to do this, we will use db.copyColumn, take our quote table and the bid column in that table, and then create a new column called bid copy. Let's then apply a function to that new bid copy column by using db.applyFunction, our quote table, the bid copy column we just created, and then apply a function by using lambda x 2 times x. So basically we're doubling each value in our bid copy column. And then let's also set the column data type of that bid copy column to a real atom. Run this code, and we can see step by step here what's happening. And if we go ahead and check our data, we see that that bid copy column is now a real atom. And if we wanted to just take a quick look at what that looks like, db.quote, you can see our bid copy is double what our bid is in each column. Let's do an exercise to test our skills. In this exercise, we will create a new column called squared prices in the trade table that's a copy of the PX or the price column. Then apply a function to that column that squares the value in each row. Go ahead, try that out in a new code cell, and then click the check solution button to check your work. Once you've completed that exercise, now we'll learn to delete a column. And it's very simple. All you do is db.delete column, the table, and the column name that we want to delete. Run that to delete our bid copy column from our quote table. And then the final exercise will be for you to delete that squared prices column that you just created in the previous exercise. Once you complete that, we'll see you in section 3.